Hello everyone, this is Venugopal. Today in this session we are going to see a program to check whether a input number is palindrome or not. Now let us understand exactly mean by palindrome first, right? Because until and unless we'll know the what exactly mean by palindrome, we are not going to be execute the logic. Okay, so palindrome is what? For example, if I'll enter a number 1221, right? If you read this number from forward direction or else you read from the backward direction, the number will be same, right? So such a numbers are called as a palindrome number. Okay, for example, if I write like 1563, this is not a palindrome number because if you read from forward direction, the number is 1563, but if I read from the backward direction, it is 3651, right? So the numbers which are same, if you read from the forward direction as well as from the backward direction, the number is not going to be changed. Such numbers are called as a palindrome number. Now, how to find out whether the entered number is a palindrome or not? Okay, for example, here we have entered suppose this number. Now, to what we exactly do to know whether the entered number is palindrome or not, we need to find out here the reverse of this number, right? Reverse of this number. So we need to find out the reverse of this number, and finally we'll check with this original number. Suppose this is the entered number. This is what? Entered number, right? Finally, after calculating a reverse of this number, we'll check whether this reverse of number is equal to the original number. If both are same, then the number is palindrome. If the number is not same, then it's not a palindrome. So how to do that? Again here, if I want to separate out the digits, we'll take one by one digit. So here I want to take the first digit, that is 1, right? And we know that if we want to separate the digit from the entered number, we should go for what? A remainder operator. The first step is what? We will find out the remainder. So whatever the number will be mod of, right, 10. If we'll do so, we'll get the last number, right? Then we'll take one variable as a reverse number. The reverse is equal to what we will do, we'll apply one formula, reverse into 10 plus we'll add this reminder to that number. And finally, we have to reduce that number. So number equals to num divided by 10. We have already seen this kind of programs in my previous sessions, right? So we need to repeat this process until and unless my number is not equal to 0. Once it is completed, then we'll check whether if this number is equal to a reverse of number, whatever we are calculating here. If it is so, then we can say that the number is palindrome number. If it is not so, then the number is called as a not palindrome number. So let us implement the logic. Yeah, we have opened the new editor, right? Now here, first thing is we'll take the question and hash include stdio.h void main int input number. I'll take like this, comma. We need to find reverse of that number, reverse number. Then we require, do we require any more variable? No, not our remainder will require, right? Now we'll ask the user printf enter any number. Semicolon is mandatory. Scanf the bracket %d comma address of what input underscore number. This is my number. That's it. Now while, right, as we discussed, input number not equal to 0, till that time I want to repeat these statements. What are those statements? First step is what? To find remainder, then this formula, then reducing the number, right? Now, so first we'll take a remainder equals to input number mod of 10. This will give the last digit, right? After that, we'll take this reverse underscore number equal to again reverse underscore number into 10. Then we'll add the remainder. So here we need to initialize this with a 0 first, right? Like this. Then we'll divide num, not num, sorry, it's input underscore number, right, equals to input underscore number divided by 10. This step is used to reduce the number. And finally, at last, when this loop will be going to continue, stop, right? Then we'll check if, oh, somewhere I need to store this number, okay, for checking purpose. So I'll take a temporary number, or I can say like mm, original number, right, equals to input number. Any variable you can take, doesn't have any problem. Here I will write like, we need to declare, yeah, that is mandatory. You cannot use directly original number. So I'm checking here, is my original number is equal to whatever we have calculated, that reverse of number. If so, then printf percent %d is what? Palindrome, comma. Here I need to write the original number, original underscore number. If not, then we'll printf what? Printf percent %d is not palindrome, comma, original underscore number. That's it, right? Only 3 steps. Control S. 3 steps means 3 main logic steps. Then here I'll save this program with the palindrome, save it, execute it. Hope so, no error. Yeah, that's good practice. 1221. It should print is a palindrome because reverse of the number is also same. Enter if I'll execute once again. I'll enter any random number. Of course, it's not a palindrome. If I'll enter another number, for example, 5665. Yeah, it's working, right? It's palindrome number. So how exactly the process is going on, right? Suppose we'll see this dry run steps so that you can understand easily, right? First step, we have taken number. Okay, so let us take here. This is my, suppose 1221 is my input number. Okay, so in the first step, what we have calculated, remainder equals to that number 1221 mod of what? 10. So what it will give in the first step? It will give this last digit, yes or no? Yeah, 1. After that, what we have done, reverse equals to, I'm taking shortcut, okay, not using exact variable there. Now reverse equal to, again reverse. What is reverse? Initial value into 1 plus, what is the remainder? sorry, this is not 10, this is not 1, this is 10 actually we have used in the formula, plus the remainder is 1. So what is the answer? This line, what this reverse variable is going to be hold? 0 plus 1, that is 1, right? Then we have divided that number equals to 1221 divided by 10. This will result what? Only 122. Yes, the loop will going and continue again because this 122 is not equals to 0. Okay, so now here instead of this it would be 122. So what is the last digit? Now here it is 2. Okay, so what happened here? Previous value was 1, so this would be 1 into 10, that is 10 plus 2. So here what it is storing? Yeah, 10 plus 2, that is 12. Yes. Okay, now it divides 1 to 2 by 10, so it will give only 12. Now again 12 is not equal to 0. Yes, it goes here. So now 12 mod of 10, that means it will give last digit, that is 0, right? Remainder is 0. What is the previous value of this reverse? 12 into 10, that is 120 plus 0. Yes, so it will be 120. Yes, okay. Now 12 divided by 10, so it will give what? 1. Still 1 is not equal to 0. Again it goes here. 1 mod of 10, it will give 1. Right? Somewhere we missing something. 122. It should be 122 actually. Somewhere we have missed. And finally, it should be 1. This is 122. Right? Sorry, this would be 120 plus 1. Somewhere we have missed this logic. We'll repeat once again, okay? I think we have missed one digit here. So first we are calculating remainder, that is 1221 mod of 10. Okay, in comment I'll write it returns what? Last digit. So last digit is what? 1. Then reverse equals to, directly I'm putting the formula, that is 0, because reverse we have initialized with 0, into 10 plus that reminder. Okay, the reminder is what? 1 here. So what is the output? 0 into 10 is 0 plus 1. So 1 will be stored in reverse. Okay, and then we are dividing this number by 10. So what is the number? 1221 divided by 10. So what it will return? It will return 122. Fine. Now it will check, is not equal to 0. Yeah, of course it's not equal to 0. So it goes here, and in place of this now we will have the new number, that is 122. So it returns what? Remainder, it returns 2. Okay, the remainder would be 2, and the previous number is what? Instead of 0, here it is 1. Right? 1 into 10 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So the number would be 12. Now this 12 will be stored at where? In the reverse variable. Now here again the number would be 122 because the number has changed here. 122 by 10. So this would be 12 now. So again 12 is not equal to 0. Again the loop will be continue. And here now this number would be changed, that is 12. Mod of 10 will gives 2 reminder. So 2 is as it is, but here in place of 1 this would be 12 now. So 12 into 10 is 120 plus 2. This actually we have missed in that previous calculation. So this would be 122, right? And the number is what? Number is 12. 12 by 10 is, it will give 1. Still this 1 is not equal to 0. Again loop will continue. Now this time 1 mod of 10 will give 1. Right? Reverse. In reverse already it has 122. So 122 and the remainder is 1. So 122 into 10 is 1220 plus 1 will become 12221, right? This will be stored in now reverse. The num is what? 1. So this time it will return a 0, and 0 not equal to 0, this condition will become false. So it directly comes out of this particular loop, and where we are checking what is the original number? 1221 is equal to what is the reverse number? See, this is the reverse number. It's again 1221. So both are equal. That is the reason why it is executing this statement. It's palindrome. So simple, right? I hope you have clear understood how to calculate, how to check whether the input number is palindrome or not, right? Keep watching. We'll meet with some new videos. Till then, bye bye.